2 years ago, I got a call at about 5 in the morning from Suzanne Monson. Last name you recognize is Dori Monson, 27 years on the air here at KIRO. Dori has had a heart attack, she told me early in the morning. And I said, okay, what can I do? She said, well, I'll just keep you up to date, but I just wanted you to know. So Dori had a heart attack last night while watching a football game. I gave him CPR, and he is over at Evergreen or Northwest Hospital. I said, okay, well, you know I'm here for you. Anything. So throughout the entire day, of course, my thoughts were on Dori and his wife and his lovely family. And she had given me some sort of comfort that she had performed CPR as best she could. She said that the fire and medics had arrived quickly, so I knew that Dori was there at the hospital. And, of course, my thoughts and prayers were with the Monson family. So I didn't say anything other than to Nick, and I didn't talk to, I think I talked to Nicole. She'd already known because Suzanne had called her. So a small group of us knew that Dori was in the hospital and had suffered a heart attack. So that's in the back of my mind. And then I do the radio show, and I was on there with Sherry, and we're in the middle of the show, and the phone rings a couple of times. And I didn't really look at it. And then it rings again. I look down at it, and it's a text message. So this is actually broadcasting from there in Cle Elum. This is Dougie, my neighbor, calling in. Wow. Shoot. I hope this isn't my cabin is on fire. Hang on. Oh, my God. Because I'm not at the cabin. This
Hello.
Wait, don't curse. I'm on the air. Is my cabin on fire?
Your cabin's on fire. Yes, I sent you a picture. The fire department, Ginger did, I guess.
Oh, my God. Okay, goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's on the outside.
It's what?
It's on the outside of the cabin, but it's underneath the porch.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Oh, my God. My cabin's on fire.
Any idea what may have been the reason?
No.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Wow. Holy Lord. Your cabin is on fire.
He sent you a picture. Can you see how bad it is?
No, the picture didn't come through. Hang on.
Okay. All right. You need to do what you need to do.
All right. Okay, let me just call him right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hold on, Dougie, should I get off the air and come over there right now?
Well, there's not much you can do unless the fire department's getting here. It's all out on the porch so far. If they get here pretty soon, it won't go inside, but... Yeah, I don't know. It's really going. You see my picture?
No, picture didn't come through. Okay, goodbye. Bye. Okay, I gotta go.
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right,
you
we got
guys
it.
are doing the show on your own. Goodbye.
You got it. Okay.
Wow. Same day that was.
Yeah. I made fun of Sherry later on when I played that because as soon as we hear the carbons off, immediately she goes, do you know how it started? We made fun of her for that. I never let her forget that. So I jump in the car, I race over. It's icy roads. I drive as fast as I can up the back roads. I make the turn down onto Book Lane, and it is 30 feet in the air. And this little cabin I lived in that I loved is burning. Burning. It's snowing, and it's freezing rain, and then it's rain, and it's kind of turning from rain to snow back and forth, and small numbers of neighbors have gathered around me. We're kept back some distance from it, but I'm as close as I can be to it and watch. I was probably about 40 yards away as the flames rose 30, 40 feet in the air. They're orange and yellow in the smoke, and you can hear the crack of the logs that had been on part of this cabin. This is a really beautiful little place. And I lived there for 3 years. And it was odd while watching it because, and it's so interesting because in perspective, and my friend, my neighbor, Dick, was standing beside me, and he goes, "You okay there, buddy? You okay?" And I had this very strange feeling while I was watching the cabin. I thought immediately about Dori in the hospital and Suzanne and his kids. And then the cabin and the flames sort of faded, even though I was still looking at it. I just thought, in perspective, it didn't matter. And then it started to snow a little harder. I wasn't dressed to stand there in it, but I just stood and watched it burn. And the firemen sort of moving about, taking what seemed to be an inordinate amount of time to finally put foam or whatever they had to get the flame out. And in the darkness, while everybody walked away, I just sort of stood there and I thought, in the big picture, it doesn't matter. I had a feeling that things were not well for Dori because I had spoken to some other people to find out how long it took for the medics to get there. I was deeply concerned for my friend. And I watched it burn. And when I realized that the flames were out after about an hour, I got back in the car and I went back home to an empty barn. And I waited. Nick came a couple of hours later. We went off and celebrated New Year's. And then at 11:50, left the celebration early, I got a call from Suzanne that Dori had passed. I asked her, what can I do? It's an odd call you get from someone like that because immediately you want to be of some assistance, some help, but there's really nothing you can do than be a supportive friend. And of course, I told her that, and please call me if there's anything, absolutely anything I can do for you. Is there other calls you need to make? And she assured me, she was incredibly strong, that no, I just wanted you to know, that Dori had passed. And here we are, coming up on the anniversary. Again, the big picture of things that matter. It's all relationships. And the cabin is gone. I sold the property to the chief of police in Linwood. Great guy. And I think he and his brother are going to build on it. And when I went over there one day, they invited me to come over. They were tearing down the rest of it. And they said, if you want to save anything from it, some wood or logs or anything, it would be left in the big pile of stuff that was all there. And I grabbed a couple of pieces just to remember it by. But it's interesting. I don't really remember the cabin. I mean, I still do. I've got the pictures of it. I spent 3 years of my life in that thing without any running water. And it's on 10 acres, and my dogs and I live there. But I will always associate the loss of it with the loss of my friend. Such a hole left in my heart. Dori gone too soon. And I think anyone that listened to KIRO for those 27 years feels it every day. His family continues on. One of his daughters has had a beautiful baby. Suzanne is continuing new life with a new child. But I'm sure, especially around the holidays, Dori's presence is missed. Today, when I drive by Book Lane, I don't even go down there. I don't really want to go back down Book Lane and see what's left. But it was an interesting night standing there in the rain, the snow, the wind, watching the fire, and knowing my friend was most likely gone. There's a lesson there somewhere.